Start actually filming. Can we have a practice?
Yeah, we can have a practice.
We used to have a practice at
So,
a podcast.
question number 1. Where were you born and how long have you lived in Twerton?
Away Days is a project led by Bath City FC Foundation. And its aim? Well, I'd put fun and friendship firmly at the top of the list. It's about those connections that are so important between people, about shared memories, and just knowing that whatever your age, it's never too late to learn, to be part of a community that sometimes feels ignored.
Reconnecting Twerton goes to the heart of what Bath City's football club is about and its foundation, because it is about regenerating and supporting the local community, and Twerton and the area around it are part of the Bath that people tend to forget. The function of the foundation is to support and cherish and celebrate and work with the community. Reconnecting Twerton is noticing and recording and integrating people's memories, particularly older people. Speaking as one, that's very important. And it brings sunshine into people's lives, just like it's just happened now. So yes, it gives people confidence, it gives them respect. So I think Reconnecting Twerton is something I'm very pleased to support and be part of.
The experience of actually going out for the day with Reconnecting Twerton as a group is very interesting because you meet so many different people.
It was really a good opportunity for me to get out and about when I joined the foundation. Yeah, that really helped me a lot.
I thought it was excellent. We were very well looked after and entertained.
Foundation has been running since 2011. We roughly work with 2,500 people a year and look to support the various aspects of the Bath community. Reconnecting Twerton has been running since late 2019. It was a project that was developed through Bath University, and they had some research that identified the need to support isolated elderly people in Twerton with a view to supporting them digitally as well as socially, and to recognise that the older generation maybe don't have access or limited access to digital technology. So things like iPads, mobile phones, access to broadband. So the idea was to engage as many of the community as we could and support them with that. And I think we needed to build up trust with people before offering them that digital technology. So a lot of it was befriending many of the Twerton residents. That was just before COVID hit. So obviously COVID changed a lot of things and the way we had to work. But in some ways it was good because actually by accessing the technology, people could start to get on Zoom and meet family members, and we could engage people in a different way. And then once we started to get back out again, we were able to bring people to the club, we were able to offer them trips out. And I think especially around that time where people were socially isolated, it made it even more so. So for people to get back out and meet people that either they lost touch with for a while or sort of haven't met for many years, that was really good.
Supporting a project like Reconnecting Twerton means a huge amount to GWR. GWR is a neighbour of Bath City FC Foundation. The railway runs right through Twerton. We've been struck by a long time by the kind of the magnitude of the work the foundation does, and it's only right that we got involved and helped out to kind of scale up some of those projects. Well, we want to make sure that in working with Bath City FC Foundation and the Reconnecting Twerton project that older people aren't afraid of travelling by train. We want people to make sure that they know that rail is fully accessible for anybody of any age, but we understand that older people might be lacking sometimes in confidence, and our role within this project is going to help some people understand that you should come and travel by train, and actually things will be we'll make things as easy as possible for you.
The idea of connecting train travel with a love of football to enrich lives has really taken off. And so began a journey from Bath City's Twerton Park to some of the football grounds in the west. First stop, Swindon Town.
I was fascinated when we went to Swindon because what they had there and what they did for the surrounding people, or like even the school children could use a field there and that level. That fascinated me really. Yeah, I couldn't get over that.
The gentleman, it sort of took me under his wing because that was when my mobility wasn't very good. Yeah. So he just took great care of me, held my arm every time we moved somewhere. And we did a quiz, and our table sort of won the quiz. That was quite nice. But we were mixed. It wasn't just Bath people. You were had to mix with other people.
I remember taking my grandsons to Swindon on the train, and I went to Eileen's outing was on to Swindon once.
I was impressed with Swindon's facilities. They were quite enormous.
Yeah, so they had a fan, didn't they? That
yes, that's right. He left
his estate to in trust, and
that's correct.
Beautiful facility that they've got there as a community centre was funded through that fan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
very lucky to have had that.
I did enjoy the Swindon football ground. I enjoyed that one very much. And the zoo. I thought that was a good day at that zoo. I mean, that's Bristol Zoo, and the way the animals, you see the animals, you can look down and see like the bears roaming around, and that's all. Yeah, I did enjoy that Bristol Zoo one. Yeah, that was a good one.
But it didn't stop there. Our intrepid Twerton travellers went west to Cardiff City.
Well, I thought Cardiff was really good. I've been to Cardiff many, many times. I normally do a day trip to Cardiff just before Christmas for Christmas shopping. Not very many men come on that trip, I can assure you. But and I've also been to the ice show years ago in Cardiff.
I enjoyed Cardiff. I thought it was their idea of veterans to support their foundation, and their memorial garden was unbelievable how they worked for that.
I just remember the Cardiff Stadium, I was so fascinated by that. Yes, that was big. I mean, that was amazing, wasn't it, really? From the outside, looking at it, and then going inside, that was a really shock, really, sort of shock, really, to see something different, Yeah, I enjoyed all of it, actually. It was very nice going on the train, actually.
I enjoyed Cardiff. I enjoyed them all, really.
It was fascinating to see. They took us all around there and showed us a lot of, all the things that they did in that. And it was great, actually, to learn that. I'm glad I didn't miss it, I'm glad I was able to come.
And the trips for the Reconnecting group continued. Next stop, Forest Green Rovers, to learn about the power of pee and some big ambitions.
Well, I think I enjoyed Forest Green, actually, because I like what they've done up there. They eco-friendly, and they've got all the bouncers for the catch the rainwater, and also they what's that word? Where they recycle their pee.
Pee to pitch.
Yeah, pee to pitch, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they recycle all that and use that, and I just thought that was really very interesting.
Well, it's a completely different system because everything is eco-friendly. And so I think we've seen a different side of people trying to be conscious of the environment. So, yeah, but I was quite amazed that they did use your way to go on the grass.
What I remember from there, that was amazing, just to see their ground, and then the hills behind it. That was amazing, and they were so lovely. Those young men, Yeah, they were a lot of banter, which was great. I always miss that from work, actually, the banter. Yeah.
Well, they're having a new ground built called Eco Park, which obviously is part and parcel of their system, what they work. And I thought they were really good, especially the two lads that were sort of asking us the questions.
Everything, even their little shop and their little cafe and all that was all recycled materials, wasn't it? Yeah. I enjoyed them all, really, in different ways. They were all different. I was fascinated with the difference between all three, actually. That fascinated me. It never occurred to me that they'd be all different. But, seeing it all, it was amazing. I find it amazing, that, really.
The transport's been reliable, so that's quite a big sort of, to me, that's most important, as long as it's reliable. And the train trips have been really good, even if we did sneak into the first class coming home.
I must admit, I do go on holiday with friends, and we go to Weymouth a lot. I've been with Angie, actually, and we always use the train. It was a 2-hour train journey. It's very pleasant and simple. And I've been to Torquay on the train as well. Yeah, so I've been doing trips on the train.
Shortly arriving into Didcot Parkway. Change here for your services to Oxford. The next one will be the 1102 on platform number 3.
When we went to Didcot, and that was really fun.
It was, yeah.
We had a great time.
My name's Mike, 75, and I'd like to say this. Let's talk about precious memories.
Well, when I was really young, we used to go to the Saturday morning children's pictures. A crowd of us used to go to the film. Then we walked to Green Park Station and catch the train for one stop to get off at the Lower Western Railway Station, because that's where we lived. So we used to catch the train home for one stop. It's all closed down now.
I remember going on a school day trip to London to see the Queen. Yeah, I was just going to be leaving. It was our last term before I went to the senior school, so I would have been 11, because I remember doing the 11 plus.
Like when I was a small child, I went to Scotland for a holiday. We caught the train up to Paddington, then we had to change stations. I think we went to Euston, and we caught a train called the Midnight Express. So we were on the train late in the evening, and we arrived in Edinburgh about 6-7 o'clock in the morning. Then we had to change trains and get a train to Aberdeen. So that is where I actually spent 2 weeks holiday, in Aberdeen. We got up early one morning to go to the fish market, and I do mean early in the morning.
Well, I remember the longest journey I did was on the Eurostar to Paris. And we stayed in a youth hostel, and we just did a lot of sightseeing. We did Coeur de Lion, River Seine.
I was born actually in the centre of Bath, not far from Green Park, New King Street. We lived in Whiteway, and we moved to Whiteway when it was new. I can remember first time I ever went on a train was with the school, and we went to the Houses of Parliament, and then we went to Windsor. We went on the river there. Yeah, I remember that. And I was about 15, I think, then. That was the first time. Yeah, it was nice, to go on a train and see how how it works, and how you could look out and see the fields and all other buildings and that. Yeah, it was very nice. Yes. The next time I went on the train was on my honeymoon. I didn't go in between that. Yeah, and that was 1958, Brighton. I think it was a week. Yeah, that was my first holiday ever. I'd never had a holiday before that.
The only thing that I've got is, has to be before I was 11 in Herefordshire. The Queen was going round the different areas, and the school, we went to Hereford Football Ground to see the Queen.
The only thing I can remember at school, we went to London with the school, and we stayed in the same street that, who's that famous detective?
Sherlock Holmes?
That's it. We stayed in somewhere near his road, And I remember because the school teacher was going to sleep in the same room as the girls, so we played havoc with her bed. And then when eventually we all went to bed, she said, I've got a room somewhere else. But
How old were you then?
Pardon?
How old were you then?
I must have been about 14, 15 stroke, yeah.
So your joke backfired on it?
It did. We put hairbrushes and we tied the sheets up and we did all sorts of things to make it very uncomfortable for her to get into her bed.
Having spent much of their lives working and living in the Twerton area, the Reconnecting group share fond memories of the football club. It was nicknamed the Romans after Bath's famous history. The club was founded in 1889. It was first called Bath AFC, becoming Bath City in 1905, with home matches played at Twerton Park since 1932. And did you know that a women's team was first mentioned playing at Twerton in 1920? Despite females being banned from the game for many years, like many clubs, Bath City women's team is flourishing.
My father used to take me to Bath City. It was before he went into the army for the war, so I was really young.
Really young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My memories of, was a child, we used to go into the football ground at half time because it was free. They opened up the gates. And there was 3 air raid shelters in the football ground, and we used to climb up on them and sit and watch the football match.
We always used to stand on top of that air raid shelter, like to say, so that we could see properly. Yeah, that was among his kids, like, you know. I do come now and then to watch him now, because my grandson, he's Bath City mad. Although he lives in Bridgewater now, he still comes out to watch him. Every other Saturday he's up here. And I always given them entrance fee to come in, like, you know. Although he's earning a lot more than I'm damn okay.
I was 7 when the war was over, so I can remember seeing the prisoners of war. They were all chained together, making the roadway of Kelston View. I remember that because we always, we had to walk to town because we were very poor. Yeah. We had to walk back. And I remember seeing them. It was quite clear in my head, actually, yeah, seeing them all chained up, but they were doing the cementing at the road.
Well, I was born in Twerton, in fact, in Freeview Road, which is just behind the football ground. And I understand that Freeview was named Freeview because you get a free view of the football matches.
Right.
Anyway, so I've been here 71 years. Yeah. I moved out, got married and moved out to Dartmouth Avenue, but I still came down because my parents still lived in Freeview Road.
Second goal for City, scored in the 59th minute.
To hear some of the anecdotes, some of the memories that people talk about, being able to spend time with people as well, and really finding out about their life and finding out what experiences they've had or what experiences they want to have moving forward. For me, the biggest thing with any of the work that we do is the impact that we make, and to be able to offer, whether it's a Reconnecting Twerton group or anyone else, new opportunities to experience things, but also to relive some of those memories as well, some of those positive and happy memories, has been really good, and to be able to bring those things to life. So especially when we're working with the younger generation, how we interact with the older generation as well.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you for bringing us. Thank you for arranging it all for us.
Yeah.
We've all enjoyed it, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Grateful for what you're doing.
Yeah, we are very grateful for what you're doing. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed.
Good fun.
Them, the same as us, you're taking care of people that are on their own.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I've really appreciated the company.
It's helped me a lot because before the pandemic, I had a lot of friends, which now, I mean, they're not quite as old as me, but they got illnesses and things. But they weren't in Bath. But I used to meet a lot of friends before, but since I didn't, so it was really a good opportunity for me to get out and about when I joined the foundation. Yeah, I was really, that really helped me a lot because it's quite lonely where I live actually. Yeah.
So everybody at GWR is incredibly passionate about serving communities. I think ultimately that's why you go into that that type of business organisation, and people want to kind of put a smile on people's faces, and whether that's kind of behind the scenes to get the trains ready, whether that's on board, that's primarily what people want to do. They want to serve people from the communities that our trains serve. This has been a fantastic experience. I remember really distinctly at the sort of film premiere for the first film that we did, somebody said this project gave me purpose, and the fact that GWR has been able to kind of have that impact on somebody's life so personally, then I'm immensely proud of that. I'm a trustee because I want to continue making a difference myself, but I'm also deeply connected to Twerton, being from Twerton and having grown up in Twerton, working for an organisation that runs a train service through Twerton. It just felt right to continue to kind of strengthen my ties with Twerton and make a difference. So we just want people to recognise that GWR is not just a train operator, that we're an organisation that's in the community to help its people, and that's what we want to do. It's not necessarily about the trains or the infrastructure. This is about people in the community going about their daily business, and actually whether that's on or off a train, if we can have a positive impact, then that's a great result.
Now, as well as away days, there's always time for a cuppa and a chat. And where better to go than the Cottage Café opposite the ground?
So Rose Cottage is owned by St Michael's Church, so right opposite the football club. So we partnered with Bath City Foundation on the grounds of they're reaching people that we cannot. We want to see people enjoying life and socialising and not being stuck inside. And something Reconnecting Twerton are doing so well is connecting with people that are alone. They've got nowhere really to hang out. And so by partnering with you guys, I've managed to offer a space and say, you bring your group, hang out, chill out and play games and do whatever it is you do. And yeah, it's working out beautifully.
Well, I like doing the quizzes and things, and I like the day trips, and I just enjoy people's company and just getting together and we sort our own trips as well as a group.
So how do you feel about today then?
Very good, it's very interesting. It's a nice club, lovely club, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the rock cakes were delicious, weren't they? The rock cakes were delicious.
So thank you very much.
Yes, welcome.
It's the quizzes that we do and the laughter that we have and the just general conversations.
Meeting loads of different people in different situations in life, I think. But otherwise, I just like being in a group and going out and doing things.
I remember my work. I tended to be slightly withdrawn at my work, and a boss once told me, he said, "Michael, silent men never get heard." So it's good to have a voice.
Well, in breaking sports news, the new Cardiff City manager speaks out after the unexpected 5-5 draw in the semi-finals of the FA Cup against Bath City.
They're all hungry for a bit of a rematch, and I think we should be proud of them.
Excellent.
How about you?
Well, I'm the referee and I don't agree with you.
Well, I like doing the quizzes and things, and I like the day trips, and I just enjoy people's company and just getting together and we sort our own trips as well as a group.
Brilliant.
Bernie and I and.
So were you doing those trips before Reconnecting Twerton?
No, only since I've met them.
Okay.
So I didn't know them.
Brilliant. So you've grown your friendship group through coming to the group.
And go
on trips outside of it. And, and obviously you've got still got connections with the people that ran the group before me and Brian came in.
Yes.
And you still keep in contact with them.
Yeah, we went out for a meal with them, didn't we? Yep.
Brilliant.
Last week, sorry.
So it's not just the group members, you have included the staff in your friendship group and sort of growing it that way, which is lovely. What would you say to anyone, no matter who they are, that was unsure about joining the group? What would you say to them about trying it or coming along?
Well, you don't know until you try, and you might be pleasantly surprised. I know I was. I'm doing the film and what we've been doing. It's been great, away days and that.
Come along and see and meet people and see how you get on and whatever, which I've suggested to loads of people.
When I was first left on my own, because my miss had been gone 4 years now, but when I was first left on my own, I was just mooching about, not knowing what. And I spoke, Mike Carr lives in the same block as I live in, and I got talking to him one day and he said to me about this, and come to it. So I come. I didn't know what to expect. It was in the ground in the back here of the club, and I really enjoyed it. And I've come ever since. Quite that boss, I got to be 2 years or more now, isn't it? I got to be over 2 years, yeah. And I'd have come now. I look forward to it because you're meeting friends, and I've made more friends. You know what I mean? Don't be nervous. You're wasting your time being nervous because if you come, and if they live anywhere around Oldford Park, I'll bring them, and they'll fit in and they'll be welcome. Nobody, everybody welcome them. Everybody talk to them, and next week they'll be looking to come because they're part of a group. You feel like you remember already after the first week. Now that is good. You go down, when we'd all have our coffee and chat about together. Anybody come and sit in, or join in. Everybody makes everybody welcome. I look forward to seeing them on the Wednesdays. Yeah, and Mike, I know Mike's the same because he tells me.
So we're looking at trying to encourage people to come along and maybe try it for the first time, who people who might have heard about it, been a bit nervous or unsure about coming. What would you say to anyone that's unsure about joining the group?
You necessarily needn't live in Twerton. You're welcome from wherever, and you would enjoy the company, and you would certainly enjoy the quizzes and the chatter.
Oh, well, it's just great to be able to go out and meet people, being with other people, and enjoying the trip. I just really enjoyed it all. It was all and going with people that we got to know, that made it nice as well.
Okay, here are the answers. So our manager is David Horseman.
I think in terms of reconnecting Twerton, what we want to do is engage more people within the community and see this grow, being able to give them more opportunities to go and visit new places, meet new people. And again, one of the things I think that's been really beneficial is meeting with other organisations that have offered additional support. So the likes of Dorothy House that have been able to come and give talks to the group. Just being able to engage with other groups as well. BEMSCO has been fantastic to be able for them to meet new people and for some of them to meet old friends that they hadn't seen for a while. So it's really important in terms of pulling the Bath community together that these projects continue.
Do you think it's important that you are a football fan to be part of the Reconnecting Twerton group?
No.
Excellent. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
It's okay.
Anything else you want to ask?
No, you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, do I get paid?